Hello. You may feel ever so slightly insulted if I was to tell you what you're looking at now. Well, it's Capitan Mostazo, but the car, of course, is a Rover 600, a 623 GSI to be precise. A good many of my subscribers will already know this car from last week's road trip video, and then a good many will also know this car from Boaty's World. He's the chap who's been looking after it for the past week. But now it's my turn. And I'm going to be looking after this car until the end of the month. Maybe longer, maybe less. It just depends on whether somebody buys it or not. I can say that somebody will buy it because it's such a lovely car. It's much nicer than average condition. It's not concourse or anything like that. It has a few minor things here and there to look at, which I will look at. I'll look at in close detail in just 1 second. But this is not a no-nonsense sales pitch video because, quite simply, my phone's ringing. First of all, this is another company car. The collective, me, Boaty and the secret banker. That means I own a third of this car, as well as a third of the other 600. So if we get another 600, I can have one all to myself. First of all, I would like to say just how good this car looks in this champagne gold. It's like the ultimate colour for it, I reckon, because it just suits it so much. It looks majestic. It is the epiphany of 1990s aspirational middle class. The majority of 600s were, of course, in Nightfire Red, which might be the reason why I'm not massively keen on Nightfire Red. And then we had white ones, black ones, green ones, blue ones, and orange ones. Not sure if I'm missing something, but that colour is wonderful. And as we look around it, of course, we will find a few little marks which you would expect in a car that's 24, is it 24 or 25 years old? This being the worst of which, and that will be getting repaired. The rest of the minor marks and dings on this are too minor to really be concerned about. It's not going to be going up for sale for thousands. Well, not many thousands anyway. Tiniest little bit there. Another tiny little bit there as well. There have been questions. How much is this car going to be going up for sale for? And we haven't got a price in mind just yet because we don't know how much it's going to cost by the time it's ready for sale. Boot, which is nice and dry, and it has a box in the back, which is always a sign that I've been using it. You know when you go shopping and you're asked if you need a bag? You don't, you just have a box in the back. This is where we find the lovely 2.3 litre Honda twin cam engine, which is good for 163 brake horsepower. It is lovely, it's smooth, it's effortless, it starts on the flick of a button, well, key, not a button, a key, and off you go. Smooth, refined and quiet. For some, this is the ultimate 600 because it's the 2.3 litre Honda engine rather than the 2 litre turbo T-Series Rover engine. It depends on what you want. If you want a relaxed and refined gentleman's car, this is the one. But if you're the kind of gentleman that doesn't need a moustache and can play snooker, then probably the TI is more your kind of thing. This really is lovely though. nice wood cappings, cruise control, wood bits, aircon, which needs regassing, original radio cassette, and these lovely leather seats throughout. For me, the Rover 600 is the Rover driver's Rover. It is, as somebody said to me the other day, underrated even by Rover standards. It's the best of the Rovers. Actually, I'm going to argue the point that the 623 in that colour, or maybe even that car, is the ultimate Rover, and I'll tell you exactly why in another video. So now it's time to go for a drive in this car. Well, I will be doing in a minute. Bit blocked in, but that doesn't matter because that just means I can sit here and enjoy the lovely interior. Maybe open the sunroof. Sunroof works. Might get too hot with that open though. Does the tilt work? That's the thing. Yes, it does. This is one of those lovely wafting machines. It does, it wafts, it's comfortable, it's quiet, it's... what's the other word I'm thinking of? Serene. On a day like this, it would be nice if the air conditioning was working, but you can't have everything. It'd be nice if that window was working. There's a window that doesn't work just over there. Gosh, it just feels so plush though. It feels so grown up. Like the 75. Yeah, a bit like the 75, but nicer. You may argue, and you are welcome to do, that the 75 looks better and handles better. Yep. Well, just about. The thing is with this though, is it's so elegant in its looks. It's not desperately trying to look retro, because it wasn't at the time, it just is now. And as far as ride comfort's concerned, this is actually better. That sounds like a very bold statement, but it just is. It's very rare you find a 75 that doesn't need some work on the suspension. Now I know that's not the fault of the actual design, but, well no, yes it is actually. Yes it is. If something's going to fail a lot, then that's a design fault, isn't it? Maybe when it's all right and every component's new and everything, they're fantastic, but I've only ever driven one like that. Just one. And although a well set up 75 would beat this a little bit on the twisty stuff, I don't think there's enough in it really to warrant the expense and the disappointment of when it isn't set up properly. This, on the other hand, just feels like a new car. It drives like it's just come off the production line, and for 120,000 miles, I think that's quite an achievement. It's also quite punchy. It'd be a bit more punchy if it had a manual box though, because the automatic gearbox on these do take away quite a bit of the power. Well, they don't take it away, they just don't use it. They just toss it to one side whilst they change gear. Testing the microphone. I love Rover. They were wonderful, underrated cars, as established. And this really is a wonderful example of a very underrated car. I feel like an executive driving it, but one from the 90s. An executive of the past, driving into the future. Yeah, I don't know what the means. Anyway, to conclude this video, there will be another video. There'll be one where I compare this to the other 600, because this is the nice one and the other one's the rough one. Which one do I actually prefer? Plus, I shall take it on holiday. Well, not holiday, but a day out, a weekend day out somewhere. I'll do a video of it, what it's like to live with on a day out. Yes, you'll see a bit more of this car, that's for sure. So thank you for watching, and goodbye.